Week number 4 of my Winter Art Fitness Transformation Challenge journey, whatever you want to call it. I'm Belinda J, and this is third quarter living. Third quarter because I am in the third quarter of life. I'm 55 years old, and I'm just trying to work on myself to become better in this quarter, living it up. So in this week's video, I'm going to be doing a body check-in. So we'll see if there's any results. I know 4 weeks is not a long time to be comparing results, but hey, I think it's necessary for me to kind of do a side-by-side of week 1 and week 4, see what kind of progress I'm making. And if you want to see all of the week 1 information, I'll post that video right here. Oh Lord. I'm walking on this week's trail is by the pound, so I'm pretty sure you may hear a lot of dogs in the background. But anywho, that's what's going to be in this video. But before we start looking at week 1 versus week 4's body changes, results, I just want to kind of let you know what changes I'm going to be making for the next 4 weeks. So in December, after really studying my macros, and if you missed all the macros, I'll post that video right here as well, and you can go back and look at it. So my weekly calorie goal was around 1,600, and my protein goals, which was really the only thing that I was focusing on, is about between 140 and 150. On average, I'm hovering around high 130s. So moving into December, I'm really going to try and focus on ways of getting more protein without having to ingest, a lot more protein shakes. So that is the goal for December. So let's take a look at these body results. Here I am on day number 1, looking like a busted can of biscuits. I'm going to tell you, ladies, if you haven't reached perimenopause, honey, get started now with your fitness because it is going to wreck your body. So my body type is skinny fat, where all of my excess fat will hover in the middle. I have skinny arms, skinny legs, and, even though all of my fat hovers in the middle, it's probably the easiest place that I can camouflage it because I can wear minimizers and Spanx and things like that. But my goal was, when I started the winter arc, was to get rid of all of this back fat, bra fat, all of that fat there, as well as tighten up my middle and hopefully grow a little booty. So that's what I look like on day number 1. Fast forward to week number 4. At first, when I started looking at my week 4 video, I definitely couldn't see any changes. I was very discouraged. So I decided to put the videos side by side so that hopefully I could step out of myself and really look at the videos, because my eye tends to really focus on the areas that I need the most work, which is my middle and my back. And when I was looking at the week 4 video by itself, I didn't really see any improvements, but when I put it side by side, I can see some small improvements. Not so much in my back area, but definitely I can see a little bit of improvement, in my stomach area. I think the most improvement that I do see is in the definition of my arms. I did try to make sure that I was wearing the same bra, and even though those aren't the same shorts, I kind of rolled them down a little bit to kind of simulate the same outfit. Still, I mean, I need you all to comment below and tell me what improvements, if any, that you actually see. And then I'm just going to go ahead next and move on, and we're going to look at the still shots side by side to see if we can really see any improvements. This is week 1's front and back, so it is what it is. And then this is week 4 front and back. And when I look at them this way, I still can't really see any difference. So it wasn't really until I started to put them side by side, front to front, back to back, that I'm able to analyze better.
I know we're our biggest critic, and most people's eyes just really go to those problem areas. But when I'm looking at the front before week 1 and then now the after week 4, I can see some positive changes. Still, the biggest changes that I really see is in the definition of my shoulders and arms. It wasn't until really my daughter pointed it out when she was looking at them that my stomach has improved some. In the week 1 before picture, the belly is kind of doing a hangover, especially that top area. That is the worst area for me. I don't know why. I mean, I will never have really a fupa. My fupa is at the top of my belly. And I guess, that's just how God deposited my fat. But in week 4, it's not there. I can kind of see the cage area that if I ever get a six pack where it's supposed to live. So that was something positive to celebrate there. Also, in the breast area, God did give the women in my family more breast than ass. And I wish that I could take some and plop it, but that's another story. I'm not doing any surgery for that. But in the week 1's picture, I can see that my cleavage line is definitely showing more so in that picture than it is on the after on the right hand side. So not bad for 4 weeks. Let's just flip over and take a look at the back. Not much to see here, folks. When I look at the back, I actually see absolutely no real improvements per se, but it wasn't until I zoomed in on one little area that I was able to recognize that some improvements had been made. Even though I may be saying this to you, I'm really saying it to myself. Anytime that you're on a fitness journey, fat loss journey, or any journey for that matter of fact, you need to show yourself some grace. So I need to show myself some grace because it's only been 4 weeks and I should not expect massive changes in my back fat in just 4 weeks' time. But when I zoomed in on the pictures, I noticed this small win. On the left-hand side, that is week number 1's bra clasp, and as you can see, it's on the very first hook. But when you zoom in on week 4's bra clasp, it's on like the 3rd hook. So obviously, I have lost some fat in the upper body. From day 1, I chose not to measure every week or even get a starting measurement because I didn't want to obsess about the 1/8 of an inch or 1/2 an inch that I did or did not lose. So I really wanted to just focus on doing the work and then look at my body visually, try on clothes that I haven't been able to wear in a while to see how they're fitting because I thought that's going to work best for me. I'll know eventually when I get to my goal, by having to buy different bras or whatever the case is. So like I said, I'm not going to be obsessing about weight and or inches. So Thanksgiving is coming up and I'm going to eat just like I normally eat, and then I'm going to get back on track, and we're halfway through this 8-week winter arc, so I can't wait to see what the end result's going to be.
My results may not have been mouth-dropping, but there were some improvements. And I'm going to celebrate the small wins because the biggest improvement is the improvement that I made with being consistent. Sometimes along the way in life, consistency goes out the door, out the window, and we're always looking for an easy button. Social media makes things seem like that everything happens instantly. As soon as you start, then you're going to be a success. And that's just not the case. Never has been, never will be. It takes consistent, intentional effort to reach your goal. And for the last 4 weeks, that's what I've been. I've been consistently sticking to my routine, sticking to the eating plan. Now, that's not to say that, hey, I don't slip up and eat some chips or eat a little bit too much chocolate. But for the most part, I've been consistent. And like today, I didn't really want to get up and walk. I actually slept in to 6:30. And I know for some of you, you're like, 6:30? Yeah, because I'm usually up at 4:35 every morning. But today, I woke up at 6:30 and the Hulk is out. And if you don't know what that means, it just means that it's cold out here. And I didn't want to walk because I needed to go to Aldi and get a few things. So I was thinking, well, I'll just skip walking today and, just drive the car to Aldi. But that little voice inside of me said, no, girl, we not gonna mess up today. Aldi's only 2.5 miles away, and your normal walk is about 5 miles. So get your ass up and walk to the grocery store. And guess what? That's what I did. I bundled up and got my ass together and got out here and walked to Aldi. This bag is heavy as hell because I picked up a little bit too much heavy stuff. More cottage cheese, more yogurt, more juice, and God only knows what else, until I realized that, hey girl, you walking. You're not driving. But anywho, I got about another 1.5 miles before I'm back home. This trail is pretty cool. So, get out and do the hard things in life. Whatever that hard thing is for you. Keep going. Keep being consistent. Don't give up, because that's where you're going to see your results. Now, I have 4 more weeks before the next body check. And hey, if I don't have the results that I want, then guess what? I'm just going to keep on moving. So that's it for this week's video. If you found it helpful, inspirational, or just enjoy watching my journey, then hey, consider subscribing. I really would appreciate it. That's it. Take care. Until next time, get up, get going, and get there.